everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Andrea and I'm here with another episode of the Select a Shade collab. This is a large group collab. Last month was my first month doing it and we had 7. This month we now have 8. So there's 8 different colors that we have to put somewhere on our face. I think I'm gonna take a page out of Lisa's book. I'm going to swatch all the shades out that we've picked for the month, and then I'm going to speed up my look because I'm really trying not to have super long videos. Like, I feel like every time I upload a video it's like 30 minutes long, and I wanna have some shorter videos, and I don't have anything to talk about right now anyway. So I'm going to go through the colors and then I will speed it up, play some music while I do my makeup, and then I'll come back and show you the finished look. So this is not going in any particular order. It's just how I pulled the list off from our group chat. So first, Desi picked the shade Berry Treasure from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Bling Boss palette. I don't have that palette, but it looked like a darkened, like a black purple base with glitters. So I thought that I would use Talk Derby to Me from my Sweet Peach palette for that shade. Here, I'll just do it this way. This is definitely not one of my favorite shades from this palette, and now my finger is black. So Andy from Beauty with Andy, she chose the shade Aura from the Nikki Tutorials and Beauty Bay palette, which is also a palette I do not have, but I've looked at swatches online and I feel like this shade Giving from the Natasha Denona Love palette will be pretty similar, so I'm going to use that one. There's a swatch of that. Then I chose the shade Empress from the Colored Rain Queen of Hearts palette. It's this orange. It's my favorite shade in the palette, and I haven't used it in a long time. So there it is right there. Naomi, I'm not going to swatch these, but Naomi chose the shade Cranberry, and since now our full face is up for grabs, I decided I would do Cranberry on my lips. So I have this Julep Matte Lip Mousse in the shade Lip Lock. It's a little dried out, so I decided I was going to top it with this e.l.f. lip stain in Dewy Berry. So this is my Cranberry shade, and I'll do that portion. I'll put the lipstick on at the end, like on camera, I guess. So Jen chose Lavender, and I decided I was going to use my Nomad Around the World palette. This is like a cheek palette, and I am not going to say this correctly. I'm not even going to try. I believe it's probably Vietnamese or something. But this highlighter shade right here, I'm going to use that as my highlighter. Teresa, who is our newest member to the group, chose Dusty Rose. So I have my Lorac Shine Bright Cheek palette, which was, I think this was holiday 2017, 2018 maybe, somewhere around there. I think I'm going to use this shade Aura right here. Oh, I didn't swatch that highlighter, did I? I haven't used this, so I'm not quite sure how it's gonna end up looking on the face, but we'll see, especially paired with this Dusty Rose shade. But I think it could look nice. Lisa chose Metallic Copper, and I decided I was going to use this shade Copper Pearl from my Lorac Mega Pro 4 palette. It's not quite as orangey as the copper that she showed, but that's the one that I'm going to use. And then finally Colleen chose Olive Green. So the second she said olive green, I'm like, I know exactly what shadow I'm going to use. decided to pull out my Team Captain from ColourPop. So now keep in mind, these two are going to be on my face, not on my eyes. So I think I can do something fairly cohesive with this. I will be right back, and I will, like I said, I'll insert some music. I'll speed this portion up so that hopefully it doesn't take like 30 minutes, and then I'll come back and finish off the look with my cranberry lips. Okay, so this is where the look is at right now. I am going to add my lipsticks. Like I said, the first one, this, I don't know. I used this one in my Advent collab, or my husband chose this for me in one of my Advent collab videos that I did with Lisa and Marilee. And it was fine then, and I don't know if I just didn't put the cap on well enough, but it's feeling really dried out, so I don't know. I mean, it seems to be going on fine, but don't talk while you're putting liquid lipstick on. But, like, it feels like it's starting to dry out, so. This is a very pretty color all on its own, but it's not quite cranberry to me, which is why I decided I was going to mix two. So this is this e.l.f. lip stain in, what did I say it was called? Dewy Berry. I think I got this as like a free gift with purchase from e.l.f. Like when you spend so much, like I think it's if you spend over $25, you get to pick out a free gift. And this was what I picked. Oh. You also have to take into account the fact that for whatever reason, even if it looks more red in the tube or whatever, things just pull very pink on my lips unless it's like a really orangey red. So this maybe isn't exactly what I would have considered to be cranberry, but it's what I picked and it's what we're working with. I don't think the look turned out terribly. The only, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure you saw my facial expression when I first put that highlighter on but, and of course the garbage trucks are outside. What I ended up doing was taking, okay, I'm just gonna wait for the garbage truck to go by. What I ended up doing was taking my NYX High Glass Setting Powder and just running it over my blush and my highlight, and that, as you can see, it toned it down quite a bit. So I'm happy with the way that looks now. I regret a little bit putting that highlighter underneath my brow bone because I don't think it goes quite well with that olive green shade, but it is what it is. It's too late now. It really doesn't look that bad, so I think it turned out pretty good, and that's the point of this, is to see what you can do with colors that may not actually go together. That was my video for February's Select a Shade collab. Like last time, if you click on the hashtag in my title, it'll take you to everybody else's videos, and I have fun just sitting down, and I like doing these videos. I mean, this is only my second one. Oh my gosh, why am I such a dummy? I really like doing this collab because it gives me an excuse to play with some shadows, or even now that the whole face is up for grabs, blushes and highlighters and lip colors that I don't have in project pans, because I do tend to kind of focus in on those and kind of neglect anything that's not in a project. So this is a nice way to get some variety into my makeup for at least one day a month. But I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of the finished look. If you would have done something differently, tell me what you would have done differently. And I hope you're all having a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.